Hey. Okay, so I want to cover everything before we start on Monday. I want to kind of give you expectations. I know I've been covering all of it all week, but I figured I would just make one video and send it all to you, and then you would have all this information. So, we start on Monday. This is the app if you're already plugged in, which you should be. And the hope is that the app will keep you from scrolling Facebook. It keeps us all in one place. This is a judgment-free zone. You can post whatever you want and know that you are in a with safe people, so that you can get the best out of it. And the hope is that it's not on Facebook, it's not on Instagram, it's just separate, so that it's just focused on your plan, on your program. Okay, so first and foremost, you may want to go to the settings and do your notifications however you prefer. Maybe you don't want to get a notification, a ding or a red dot or whatever every single time somebody checks in. I know for me, I have it set to, certain things, because if I got 900 notifications, which there will be because everyone's going to be busy in the app, so set to what works for you. Don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. You can do whatever works for you. But I would recommend, tomorrow I'm going to ask you if you want partners. Actually, this will probably be today, because I'm going to send this to you today. But be sure, if you're going to have a partner, maybe, your posts are, if somebody tags you, if someone likes your comment, if someone comments on your comment, and then maybe coach posts. So just as a reference, those are great things to have notifications from. So partners, what exactly is that? So the hope is that we partner you up with somebody who is, every time they check in, they're gonna tag you, in hopes that you guys are working together and that there's one more level of accountability, that you don't want to let that partner down. So imagine with me, if you would, you're my partner and I'm checking in every single day and you never check in. Well, eventually by week 2, I'm going to be like, well, my partner gave up, I'm going to give up too. So hold yourself to that standard. Tell yourself that you need to check in and live up to that, because that will help you keep moving forward, and that's what we want. So we'll announce those partners tomorrow. Your program. I've had a lot of people ask, which program should I do? Well, here's the thing. You all have access to all access. So you have access to every single program out there. So if you don't know by now what program you want to do, maybe spend the day and just kind of peruse through the different workouts and kind of decide what you like. And if you're like me, or if you still don't know, reach out and tell me kind of what programs you do like, and then together we will come up with a plan for you. But I will tell you, if you are new to working out, 21 Day Fix is the best program. You should start there. If you want a high intensity, caloric burning, fat burning, weight loss, then I would say something high intensity like T25 or Turbo Fire. If you're someone who loves weights, Hammer and Chisel is a fantastic program. If you have injuries, or you you're just getting into working out, there are tons of dance programs. But knowing that if your meal's not on with some of these dance programs, then you're not going to see the weight come off if that's what you're in it for. So play around and then reach out with me and let's figure out a best program for you. Sorry, I'm looking at my list to make sure I don't cover or forget anything. One of the most important things you can do every day is drink water. And I don't say that lightly. If you're not drinking your water and you're wondering why you're stuck at the same weight or you're not getting where you want to be, it's 100% you're not drinking enough. So take your weight, divide it by 2, and that's how much water you should drink in ounces. So for me, like 130 pounds, let's just say, I should be drinking 60 ounces of water a day. Probably even more than that. I always even bump it another 20 ounces, just because if you're aiming for more, then that's a good thing. So just lots and lots of water. Your meal plan. So once you figure out your program, in your All Access Pass, there's you can go to, in Beachbody On Demand, you can go to the specific program and figure out what your meal plan is for that program. They're all going to follow Fixate containers, which you got in your packet, and try not to get overwhelmed. There is a plethora of meal plans in the file section in this app, and if you just play with the app, go in there, get your weights, get your measurements in there, get your your before photo in there. Do not take those lightly. I cannot tell you how many people I finish with and they're like, man, I wish I would have taken a before photo, or man, I wish I would have taken those measurements. Yeah, take your measurements. I cannot stress that enough. Take your measurements, take your photos. A picture speaks 1,000 words, and so does inches. A lot of times for women, the weight the scale just stays the same, and we get so hung up on that stinking scale. But when the inches are off and you're losing 3 inches a week, an inch, guys, like, that's a lot. I was looking for my ruler. That's a whole inch. So if you're losing like point inches, that's humongous. Focus on those things. That's the stuff you want to focus on. And then focus on how you're feeling. If you're sleeping better, if you're emotionally more stable, if you're you have more energy, if you have clarity, you're out of a depression. Those are the stuff that we want to hear about. So celebrate that stuff. Don't get hung up on that stinking scale. I cannot stress that enough. Don't get hung up on the scale. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Okay, so find out what program you got. Play with the app. In the file section, there is a ton of information. I think there's 4 meal plans with grocery lists. There's how to use your BOD. There's which is Beachbody On Demand. There's personal development books. Now, I know this is like a fitness program or fitness group. However, if you're somebody who's ready to like really stretch yourself as a person, start reading a book every day that's going to help you grow. That has been the biggest thing for me. It's not the finishing of the programs. That's huge. However, it really is pouring into myself every day. So if you're wondering, there's a whole list of books in the file section, but you can, one of the best books I would start with is either Compound Effect or Miracle Morning. Miracle Morning is going to help you rock your mornings, and not in a workout sense. It's everything. It's gonna like blow your mind. So figure out a book for you and read it along with this. You spent the money, let's give it our all. Don't just sort of do it. 30 days, no excuses. And if you're wondering like, oh, but 30 days is gonna end, I keep going. I've never stopped. So neither do you have, you don't have to either. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. So yes, so figure out your meal plan. I will share my meal, my little schedule, but I will tell you it is super simple and I don't get crazy. I keep it really, really like, this is what we do, and it's a lot of the same, and I don't mind same. I just eat because I need the nourishment and I want it quick and fast. So I hope that that's helpful. And the last thing is your shakes. So if you're someone who's in a hurry, you absolutely can just shake it with water or almond milk. I would recommend blending it with ice and even a half of a frozen banana. That's going to give you really that frothy shake that you see me drinking all the time. But sky's the limit. Just know that everything you put into your shake counts as your containers. So like oatmeal is a great filler. It is, it makes it thick. It makes it even more filling. So for me, I like to throw a lot in my shake because I'm short on time and I run out of time to get all my food in. So for me, I just throw a lot of different stuff in there. Greek yogurt, powdered greens. If I'm trying to get in 4 or 5 green containers a day, there's nothing wrong with throwing a green container of spinach or kale or whatever in there. And, your extracts, use those. Those are delicious. Caramel with cafe latte or vanilla with strawberry, you'd be surprised. PB2, which is just a powdered peanut butter, is fantastic. Get yourself some, but just be ready. So when Monday comes, don't wonder like, oh, what do I do? Even if you haven't gotten your packet, you can log into BOD. Even if you haven't gotten your shakes, that's okay. Be ready for them when they come. You can still use the containers. You can still, their measurements are all on Pinterest. I recommend scouring Pinterest for some recipes, for 21 Day Fix recipes. And guys, let's just go all in, okay? Let's like put all of our excuses to the wind. Let's just say for 30 days, you owe it to yourself. Sorry, thought I heard a cry. You deserve it. You deserve this, okay? You deserve 30-minute workout a day. You deserve good food. You deserve water. So let's just say for 30 days, let's go all out. Give it your everything. Be an encourager to others. You want the best in this group. Scroll through your feed at the end of the night and let people know that what they're doing is rad and it's inspiring you. That's how you're gonna get the most out of this program, this group. Don't just log in your thing and tag your partner and then check out. Spend a couple minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I challenge you every day. Just scroll your feed. And like people's stuff, find new friends. This is a fit family, and we, if you invest in some of these people, they will invest in you, and that is how you succeed in getting to your goals. You give up on that scale goal, and you just push play, and you if you make a mistake, you get up the next day and you push play anyway, and you shake it off. You don't start over, you don't beat yourself up about it, you just keep moving forward. And so I'm excited. I'm excited that we are already into spring. There's going to be a challenge every day of some of my most favorite exercises ever, and 2 of my coaches and maybe your coach is going to be doing these with me. So we are going to have an awesome time, and I'm so excited that you guys invested in yourselves, and I'm here for you, okay? So I'm here. You want to text, you want to email, you want to message, whatever it is, just know I'm here, okay? Okay. That was me asking, and hopefully you're cheering. Woo, let's do this! Have an awesome day, and we'll see you on Monday.